Just put Logan Paul in the spot fest. Him and AJ will come up with the one spot that they'll be talking about forever. And bro, that's exactly the way this thing is going to get booked. That's the thought that's going to get into it. You know, what could be a banger? And then what's the one spot we can replay over and over and over again? I mean, that's it.
So let's talk about Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Looks like it's also on the direction of WrestleMania. Again, this is something that still isn't official as of this discussion. It's a month before WrestleMania, man. AJ doesn't have an official spot. Logan Paul doesn't have an official spot this close to WrestleMania. How do you play this out so close into?
It's the same thing, bro. It's like, okay, man, let's put Logan Paul in another spot fest. And, you know, bro, that's the thing, man. We're not talking about, you know, a 25, even a 35-year-old AJ Styles anymore. We're talking about a 45-year-old AJ Styles now. He's not the same AJ Styles, but bro, we know every year there, you know, it's gonna, whether it's Ricochet, no matter who it is, just put Logan Paul in the spot fest. Him and AJ will come up with the one spot that they'll be talking about forever. And bro, that's exactly the way this thing is going to get booked. That's the thought that's going to get into it. You know, what could be a banger? And then what's the one spot we can replay over and over and over again? I mean, that's it. That's all you have, man. Yeah. And we just keep coming back to the same thing. Lack of story. So what else are you going to possibly book besides that?
Right. And my question to you, Vince, along those lines is, are we starting to get a bulletproof status for Logan Paul?
I mean, bro, you know, like the guy has really raised the bar. And he's so good at what he does, and he's such a natural at what he does. Bro, unless you have somebody that's going to match up to his talent, bro, he's going to overshadow whoever you put him in there with. I mean, yeah. He's really that good. He's that comfortable. He's a great draw. Who do they have in that company right now? You're going to put in a match with him, Carmelo Hayes? I mean
yeah, he's good. Carmelo's money.
Who are they going to put in with him that you're going to believe?
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think, and again, man, just a banger match for the sake of banger match. I mean, to today's audience, I mean, they will eat that a lot. They would eat that for dinner. You know what I mean? Like, and they would eat banger match after banger match for dinner and say this is the greatest WrestleMania they've ever seen. You know?
Bro, what you really need to do, bro. Here's what you really need to do. You need to find the current hot younger influencer. That's what you need to find. You need to find the new Logan Paul. That's what you need to find because, bro, if you put him in there against a wrestler, this is what we're going to get every single time. Yeah. However, if you put him in this with somebody that, you know, their social media numbers challenge his, they're younger, they're athletic, you could perhaps train them the same exact way. Now, all of a sudden, Logan Paul is the baby face. But if you put him in there against the wrestler, bro, it's going to be the same story every time.
I think the fans love to hate Logan Paul, though. They tried to have him babyface against The Miz, and The Miz turned on him, and they were still booing him. They had to try to have him face against Roman Reigns. That didn't work either because the fans were booing him. He's just such a natural heel, man. He's just so good at what he does as far as getting the heat.
Natural.
I mean, yeah, he's good. I do think that Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul still is money on the table.
Yeah, that's very interesting. That is very interesting, Chris. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, so I'd be interested in that, you know, for a SummerSlam coming up or, you know, next year's WrestleMania or something like that. I still think that there's equity in that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yep.
From a crossover standpoint. So, yeah, I mean, you know, as far as just the bulletproof status, I mean, again, man, it's like, yeah, let's just put Logan Paul in a feud He'll have a money match.
Yeah.
He'll get a bunch of heat, and he'll
one spot. They collide in midair. That's your one spot, and that's it. We did our job. Next.
Exactly. This is awesome. As long as we get that for a Logan Paul match, we've done our job. And
that's it, man. That is it. Yep.
Let's talk about Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Looks like that is on the table as well. We knew this. I mean, he basically wrote him off with the pile driver, got into the Sami Zayn feud. We knew that it was coming as far as Randy Orton coming back. So we are seeing Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Now, it seems, I mean, this has been a thing that's been going on for a while now. This is actually something that actually has some type of timing to it as far as length to it. But what's the payoff here with Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens, in your opinion, Vince?
Bro, you know what the problem with this was, Chris? If you go all the way back to the beginning, okay? Bro, we've seen so much. We've seen nobody's finishers work. We see, 1, 2, 3 kick out, 1, 2, 3 kick out a million times. We see guys go through announce tables, come back and win the match. And then, like, out of the blue, oh, we want you to believe this pile driver. That's the problem, bro. The days of us believing that one move can finish somebody, it's over. And if you don't believe me, look what happened last night with Jon Moxley. Okay, bro, that's where we are. And, bro, keep in mind, people aren't talking about this, Chris. I can't believe people aren't talking about this. Bro, Moxley went over.
He did.
So think about that. Think about that. So that's the problem I had with this whole thing from day one. With everything we see every week and these false finishes, you want me to believe that a pile driver put out Randy. And, bro, they did that to themselves. They did that by not making anything mean anything anymore. And that's why, again, I'm going to go back to the word. There's no juice in this match to me because I didn't believe this from day one.
Especially the next two feuds after Randy Orton were Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn, and both of them came back before Randy Orton came back after being pile driven. And so it's like, okay, so what are you trying to say here? Are you trying to say that Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn has better neck strength than Randy Orton?
You're saying Randy Orton's weak. I mean, that's what you're saying. I know. They could take it, but Randy Orton couldn't.
Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, exactly. Like, it took him months to recover from a pile driver. But Cody Rhodes, he just comes back within a couple of weeks, braced up, takes the brace off, and now they're good to go, right?
Yeah.
And he got pile driven, on a ladder too, and like it's just Kevin Owens pile drove Sami Zayn, and he came back. And so, it just doesn't make logical sense to keeps one person out for months, but two people out for a couple weeks. So on that note, when it comes to Sami Zayn, do we, after all of these Sami Zayn moments that you were like, man, why is Sami Zayn having all these Mania spots? What do we do with Sami Zayn here when it comes to Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton? Do you have Sami Zayn come in and help Owens, and we have a heel tag team again, perhaps?
I mean, are they going to do that, or are they actually going to help? They're going to have Sami Zayn come out as the freaking babyface, during the I know exactly, Chris. Exactly. Chris, you know what's so weird? I swear, like, and you can really break this down better than anybody because of your background. Bro, I had to go see a friend of mine who's a banker. Bro, you smart dude, really, really a smart dude. And he's sitting there talking to me, yeah, man, I'm getting ready to go on vacation, this, that, and the other thing. I'm leaving in about 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, where you going? Vegas. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. What are you doing in Vegas? WrestleMania. How much the ticket cost you? $1,400. Bro, they've got, I don't know if it's mind control, but they've convinced people that like this is a happening. You know what I mean? I mean, Chris, like we know how many millions of people watch the Super Bowl, but you have a whole entire season of the two best teams now coming head to head. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But you and I, as we're discussing this card and, what are they going to do with this one? What are they going to do with that one? What are they going to do with this one? And people are paying $1,400 at the drop of a hat. And they just somehow convince you like this is a happening. You got to go, man. Everybody's going. If you don't go, you're going to miss something. Bro, I don't know how they do it, Chris. I don't know.
See, that's it right there. I mean, my answer to what you want to say was FOMO. I think that there's a psychology behind FOMO. And I might even break that down on one of my Pancakes and Power Sam shows as far as class is concerned. But when it comes to FOMO, there's a sense of
you got to tell me what that is. I've never heard of that.
FOMO means fear of missing out.
Okay.
Yeah. So FOMO, fear of missing out. There's a sense of, okay, if you start to market this, and that's when you get into like scarcity effect and things like that, because there's a fear of missing out when it comes to a sense of urgency. They're promoting it as you can't miss this. You got to be here with to experience this thing. And so when someone has that FOMO, it's a sales tactic. I mean, like when you think of WWE, the fans look at the athletic part and all the matches, but from a business standpoint, you're also looking at the sales part of it. The sales part of it is we're going to try to scarcity affect this thing as much as we possibly can, because we're going to draw people of saying this is the biggest thing of the weekend. You can't miss out. If you've got the money, come for the experience. That's what they did with January 6th. That's what they did with the first episode of Netflix. That's the reason why it was so big. And you had celebrities there. You had celebrities doing stuff on IG because of that FOMO effect and people wanting to be a part of it. I bet you your banker probably knows less than half of the people that's going to be on the card,
Chris,
but it's still the experience.
Let's talk about that FOMO for a second. Let's talk about that FOMO because, Chris, I will never forget. After WrestleMania 3, they went around with Savage and Steamboat in a cage. Mm-hmm. Because of that match at WrestleMania 3, I bought a ticket. I bought a ticket. So whether it's FOMO, whatever you want to call it, that match was so great. Oh, my God, I got to go see this in a steel cage. Yep. Bro, as these people now are watching week after week after week after week, obviously there's no FOMO. Like if you were paying this off, if this was Austin and McMahon, I get it. Oh, my God, what is Austin going to do? Oh, I get that. Yeah. How do they create FOMO with Kevin Owens giving Randy Orton a freaking pile driver that nobody believed? It's a different case, man.
Yeah, because the FOMO isn't so much from the standpoint of the fans, because they're going to come, like we talk about this all the time. It's a Pavlovian, effect there. I mean, they're going to come regardless. Tickets were sold out basically before they even know anything about the card. So they already have the fans in the bag. They already have that audience. Now, from a business standpoint, you're looking for the casuals when it comes to WrestleMania. So it's the same thing as far as like a Super Bowl or World Series. Or NBA All-Star Game. That's another thing. A lot of these people don't really know or don't really pay attention to. I mean, Taylor Swift was at, the Super Bowl. Yes, because of Kelsey. But at the same time, you're still going to have celebrities at the Super Bowl.
It's a happening. It's a happening.
Exactly. Yeah, that's where FOMO comes in. You know what I mean? Because you're having this. Okay, so what's the big thing going on for the week? If I got money to spend, if I got money to throw away, and I'm a top level celebrity, WrestleMania is in Vegas. Okay, I'll go. Right. So that's basically the feel that comes with that. And so because all of the other celebrities are going, or some celebrities are going, you don't want to miss out on that experience, the parties, everything that comes with the Vegas experience too.
Yeah.
So
bro, it's incredible, man. Just
yes,
incredible.
indeed. Yes, indeed. This guy right here is Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris. This is Running with Russo. He's got the Wigglies, everybody. Have a good night. So long.